There's no right or wrong way to cut fruit, but there is a beautiful way to cut fruit. At the moment, sustainability is more of an afterthought in the design process. A garment will be designed first, and then a recycled fabric is chosen to kind of tick the box on sustainability, and then it's manufactured overseas. For zero waste pattern making, we have to start with the fabric first. We have to appreciate the fabric for its form and its properties. The clothing of many different cultures pre-industrialization draped rectangular cloth on the human body. Probably because when you know how much time it takes to turn fiber into yarn and then weave that yarn into cloth, every piece of the fabric is precious. Also, the weaving process secures the ends of the fabric, so you don't have to hem it to stop it from fraying. Beautiful simplicity. There are many ways to drape fabric. The ancient Greeks did it like this. Your ancestors probably had their own special way of draping cloth and using animal hides. The clothes of today mold the fabric to fit our bodies, not unlike how our buildings do. Building codes ensure that each step is a comfortable height for our legs to step, the door frames and the ceilings suit our average height. Everywhere we go in the built environment, we are the center of our world. So no wonder we feel separate from nature when we leave the built environment. We feel out of place. We're the wrong size because it's not built around us. Draping is a less human-centric approach, which makes it feel out of place in the Western world. I can't go to work wearing a peplos. Clothing in Australia has a tradition and an aesthetic which is important for me to be a part of. There's pants, there's a skirt, there's a blouse, a jacket. Though our buttonholes and pockets are now fake, they represent an important tradition. A suit is for a funeral, a button-up shirt is for the professional, a veil and a dress for the bride. There are ways to create Western-looking clothing using zero-waste pattern making, and they're some of the most creative and beautiful designs I've seen. If draping is cutting the fruit to see its cross-section, zero-waste pattern making is cutting zigzags into the orange to communicate the spikiness of its acidity on your tongue. It's cutting the strawberry into a rose to tell you its romantic, feminine, and erotic symbolism. Zero-waste pattern making is choosing the fabric first and creating the design in response to the fabric's properties. It is a dance with the human body, elevating both the fabric and the wearer to a higher level in their union. Make Use designs their garments from a single piece of fabric, and the theory is that you could unpick the whole garment and sew the seams closed, return it back to an original rectangle of fabric, and then make it into something new. The scars of its previous use are a storytelling feature, much like the Japanese method of fixing broken pottery with gold and making it more beautiful. The first obstacle we encounter when trying to bring this fantasy down into reality is size grading. Even if you find a design that uses the entire width of the fabric, like the Make Use designs, it needs to get bigger or smaller to accommodate different sizes, so there's always going to be offcuts of fabric. The good news is, scraps and offcuts don't have to go into landfill. Very small scraps make for good stuffing into crochet toys. Plastic fabrics can be stuffed into cushions and ottomans. Cotton and leather scraps can be used for paper making and bookbinding. I've started keeping all my offcuts of fabric and paper. Sometimes I go digging through the crate and I find the perfect scrap to mend something else. I want to find a way to organize my scrap collection into a resource of its own. Currently it's just all in that one crate. I could organize by color or by fiber. Personally, I don't like to make clothes which are a patchwork of offcuts, but that's a matter of personal taste. Clothes reflect your personality and it either suits you or it doesn't. I don't have it all figured out, but I'm curious about the possibilities. I don't know how to end this video.